You know, here not too far back, I was out pushing that stump into my hole that I'm trying to stop the erosion in out on our playground place, the hole being a washout kind of ravine. And the stump got away from me and it crashed into my tripod that had my camera on it. Well, I guess I got to go find a new tripod. And I got to staring at the thing, and I broke off two of the legs. They are aluminum, and in the process of trying to straighten them back out, they both broke off. One was really bad, and the other, it just broke. So I kind of got to wondering, you think I can fix this fool thing? I might give it a try before I go to town and just buy another one. We are in kind of the mindset that we just throw things away and go buy a new one. It's worth a try. This one leg bent right at the slip joint here. So I don't have anything there to really grab a hold of. And when I tried to straighten it out, you know, it was flared out enough that it wouldn't go in, and it just broke off. So this end I can kind of work with a little bit, but this end really not so much. And then this other one here, it wasn't quite extended all the way out, and I think it was because I was on a side hill and I had adjusted these feet a little bit. Well, this one is really smashed down, but at least I can get it out to where I can play with it a little bit. So this one isn't quite so bad, but this one's pretty scrunched. And it's all pretty thin aluminum, and so I wondered if maybe I could straighten it out, even if I had to trim off the really bent up pieces on this one, and insert a piece of wood in there, if I could shape it to fit inside just exactly, and maybe glue it in place. I don't know if I JB weld it or super glue it or something. I might be a little bit shorter on this one leg and trim this one off to where I don't have to straighten out all this bent stuff. And I wonder if I couldn't maybe get these to function again. So I'm thinking maybe I could cut these off better than I could try to straighten them out. Take off as little as possible. Got just a little bit of distortion still. I think I can get it pretty close. This one's caved in a little bit there. Not too bad, really. This one, it won't come out any further. Broke off right at that collar. I started to push it in, but then I realized if I push it in, I'm never going to be able to get it back out. I'm not sure what the stop is inside that keeps it from coming out. So that one I'm going to leave there. So if I put a wood plug in here, I need something that's about 3/4 inch wide. and a strong half-inch. Half-inch would probably fit. I just have to 45 those corners. Pretty close that way. Right there that way. Just need to bevel those corners off. Pretty close there. These aren't exactly 45s. I need to change my angle to this one just a little bit. Might be closer to maybe a 60 or something, huh? But extra snug is good. I think I'm going to try maybe 4 inches, 2 inches in on each side. Might be excessive. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to cut this off. 4 inches might be hopeful. I went with 3. There's kind of my halfway point. I really don't want to swell that, because then I wouldn't get it in at all. The inside of my aluminum leg is a little more rounded. I take some of those square corners off. Within about 3/8 of an inch. I think I might just accept that. So I want maybe about an inch, inch and a quarter. That's what I have in on this end. Got to get this into the main part of the tripod. So the most difficult one is going to be this one, because I don't have much in there, and the only thing is to hold it is this clamping effect. These sharp edges don't help any. Might have to rely on a looser fit and some adhesive in there. Bevel this enough where it might start. I'll lube that up just a little bit, see if it'll slide a little better. Again, going gently. Less than a quarter. So I'm going to try to put a little super glue, if I can keep it on the wood, and fish it down without locking up the collar. If it locks up the collar, I lose the adjustment on my leg, but I'd still have a leg. So far, we're still movable. That's good. Maybe this other one will go a little quicker. Round out those corners first. This side, I think maybe I can clamp in the vise. Well, it's not very often that I fold these lower legs all the way up anyway. So this one that's repaired up inside, it kind of sticks there. It will go up. This one that has the repair joint down here, a little more resistant, but it'll go as well. Has just a little bit of a snag in there. It is what it is. It's not brand new anymore. And this one won't go quite as far out. So in order to get this to stand square, I'm actually just going to have to adjust these other two legs maybe an inch. I think it's going to function again. You know, it kind of goes in line with what I do in the rest of the shop, taking old vehicles that are rusted down, 100 years old, and trying to put them back together again. Well, that's kind of what this project was as well. It was probably due just to go to the garbage, but the more I looked at it, I thought, you know, wonder if I can fix this somehow. You know, maybe it would have been a time to where I could have tried to TIG weld these. I don't do TIG welding, and this is pretty thin aluminum. So, as you see, I think it's going to function again. Saves the landfill. Appreciate you coming along. Thanks for watching.